Hello guys, welcome to TYJ World. Today we are going to talk about or compare LG G6 with J7 Pro. We are going to compare camera performance of both the devices. J7 Pro having 13 MP of sensor with 1.7 aperture and LG G6 having dual camera setup with 13 MP of wide angle lens and 13 MP of main lens or rear shooter, and with dual LED flash. Take a closer look here. If we talk about the wider angle lens having 2.4 aperture and the main camera having 1.8 of aperture. Now here you can easily see that the J7 Pro having little bit warmer side as compared to LG G6, and LG G6 actually reproducing color, or we can say more vibrant than J7 Pro. We can easily say that LG G6 having good amount of detail as compared to J7 Pro. Now here both devices actually did a decent job, so there's not a huge difference between these two picks, but it's okay. I'm moving to our next pick. This is from J7 Pro, and we can easily compare these two picks. J7 Pro is in wide, or we can say warmer side as compared to G6. G6 is in cooler side, but in terms of detail and color reproduction, J7 Pro actually reproducing color more accurately as compared to G6. And in terms of detail, yes, good detail captured by J7 Pro, and also G6 is also capturing good amount of detail. But if we compare both the images, I would like to prefer J7 Pro here. If any light source came behind any object, J7 Pro not able to capture good amount of detail and also not able to reproduce colors. So finally we can say J7 Pro is in darker side when any light source or light came behind any object. But if we talk about G6, G6 actually gives you more detail and more accurate color as compared to J7 Pro. Pro much brighter in any light source as compared to G6. G6 actually reproduce better amount or good amount of detail. In this pic, J7 Pro actually did a good job, but not better than G6. The color reproduction is far better in G6 as compared to J7 Pro, and in terms of detail capturing, G6 capture a lot of, or we can say good amount of detail as compared to J7 Pro. And G6 image look more natural as compared to J7 Pro. Look at the pole. You can easily find CBSC here in G6, but in J7 Pro you are not able to read it. Now it's time for the toughest one for both the devices. Who will survive here? You can find the difference that there is a light source and a darker one, or we can say dark area. Who actually captured, or who actually able to maintain the balance between these two? Actually, LG G6 did a far better job as compared to J7 Pro. J7 Pro again goes brighter and in dark area. If we talk about the dark area, actually J7 Pro did a good job here in dark area and reproduce good quality of detail as compared to G6. J7 Pro compare good quality of image in darker side, but overall G6 did a good job here and actually far better. J7 Pro is in warmer side again, and G6 is in cooler but little bit vibrant. If we compare, it is little bit oversaturated but more closer to natural one, because J7 Pro is in warmer side. And in terms of detail, who capture more detail here? G6. G6 actually able to capture a lot of detail as compared to J7 Pro. In this pic, again LG G6 did a fabulous job as compared to J7 Pro. Because of depth of field effect, you can easily compare both the images, with LG G6 able to maintain depth of field as compared to J7 Pro is not able to maintain depth of field and focus all the objects. So I would like to prefer here G6 over J7 Pro. in low light, not extreme low light, in low light G6 produce good amount of detail as compared to J7 Pro, and color reproduction is far better than J7 Pro here. Here you can find the difference between these two. J7 Pro capture image and having lighter background because there is a light behind the object, so J7 again not able to maintain the color reproduction and situation. Here G6 is easily able to maintain the situation and capture a good quality of image and having a lot of detail. You can easily compare with J7 Pro. The mosquito net and the background is, again you can find that J7 Pro is not able to control the exposure here. When any light comes behind the object, J7 Pro is in darker mode as compared to G6. G6 actually maintain the exposure and capture a good amount of detail. In extreme low light situation, J7 Pro actually not perform as per expectation. Because of 1.7 aperture, Samsung is claiming a good amount of detail in low light, but J7 Pro is not able to capture, or we can say focus the objects, because there is no manual focus control, so I am not able to focus the object. As compared to G6, G6 actually capture a lot of detail as compared to J7 Pro and maintain a good image. So here I would like to prefer G6 over J7 Pro in low light or extreme low light. You have to decide which one you would like to prefer. J7 Pro with Pro mode, or we can say manual mode, having only 3 options: ISO, exposure and white balance. But in LG G6 you have shutter speed control and manual focus with exposure, ISO and white balance.